morning, Facebook. Welcome back. My name is Richard Murphy, and as you can see there on the screen, on the 4th of April 2019, I looked like that guy there. And on the 12th of August, I looked like that guy. These pictures were taken in the Heartbeat FM studio as I was busy broadcasting on live radio, Christian radio. And yes, I was very unhappy with myself and very uncomfortable with myself. And God enabled me to come up with a way to actually lose the weight. And I'm trusting that I will be able to keep it off. Yesterday we were talking, and this is the third video. We started with the introduction, and then yesterday we were talking about finding your why. Today we want to talk a bit about finding your how, and I'm going to just run through a few slides with you. Now this is obviously finding your how, and we call this video number 3. So yes, how. I've tried a lot of different things through the years, I must tell you, from crunch diets to extreme exercise routines. And it's really been a very up and down road for me on sort of the weight gaining and weight loss. I mean, I've been that guy there on the right side, and I've been that guy on the left side. So what my problem was, if I looked at sort of my situation, I had to get from 132 to 92, and I'm not at 92 yet, I might add that, but I have to this morning just give you some practical advice how to get there. So from business, we know that, when you set a goal, it has to be SMART, and the acronym of SMART is specific, measurable for the M, achievable for the A, realistic, and within a time frame. So how do we set SMART goals as far as weight loss is concerned, healthy lifestyle is concerned? Well, in my case, I had to get from 132 to 92. And if you really work that out, say over a period of 12 months, that means that you will have to lose 40 kgs divided by 12, which gives you 3.4 kgs. So it really gives you a SMART goal, because you've got the specific, to get from 132 to 92. It's also a measurable goal. I believe losing 3.4 kgs a month is realistic and achievable, and also we are talking about a 12-month timeline, so it really helps us. Now, how do we get this information? That's the one thing. There's a lot of ways to actually do this. I mean, you can go to a specialist, the expert, somebody that specializes. I know the guys do this at the gym for you. You will have biokineticists that will do it. I'm sure dietitians will do this for you, work out these things. But what I just want to share quickly and briefly this morning is an application that I found on the smartphone, which is free. What I found with weight loss, in this instance, this time around, my smartphone has become my best friend, because I actually heard about keeping an exercise diary. I heard about keeping a food diary, and I remember once I took a little book to the gym and tried to write stuff down, but it's really difficult. So these two applications that I'm using two applications, and people have asked me, how do you do it? How did you do it? So I mean, I have two applications that I use, and I have two applications that I use, and this morning I probably will only have time to share the one with you, and this is in connection with the goal setting and then the goal maintaining. So I'm just going to share the one goal or the one app with you this morning, because we don't have the time. So let's just go back to the slides again. There we go. So I was saying this is a SMART goal. So we ended up having a goal that's specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and within a time frame. Okay, getting a bit of business school here as well. Okay, so how do we do this? Well, in my case, and I'm saying it's not one size fits all, but the app I found that worked the best for me, and I thank Teresa for introducing me to this app. It's called Fat Secret. It's a secret for fat. No, not quite, but it's Fat Secret, and it has quite a few things that I used. I mean, there's definitely much more in the app, but I used 3 things. I wanted to keep it simple, and you don't want to overcomplicate anything, because then you won't be able to actually stick with it. So it calculates your RDA, recommended daily intake. So in other words, how much calories should you be eating a day? It it's got the use of a food diary, which is very, very handy. And I'll just show you some stuff in connection with that, and then you can monitor your daily calories, so you can actually see if you're going up and down. I mean, there is a complicated equation that you can work out, which I actually did at some stage. How much less calories do you have to eat per day to, for instance, lose 2 kgs a week? And I worked that out. Doesn't always work 100%. So yeah, I wouldn't, put too much weight on that. This is more about lifestyle changing, because else you will get despondent, you will lose focus, and you will become very sad. So we're talking about Fat Secret, and this is on the iPhone. I'm sure it's on Android and other devices as well. Very, very simple to set up. When you download the app off the App Store, it will ask you some questions, and those questions will be actually to calculate your RDA, your recommended daily intake, and also establish a target, a weight target. So what is your RDA? How do they work that out? Well, they look at your age, they look at your gender, they look at your activity level. So you get asked some questions. Then they look at your measurements in terms of weight, in kgs. I mean, how much do you weigh? You put that in. And then also you put your height in, and I think you put the diameter around your waist in also. And then this app will actually calculate for you. And there it just gives some information. It says just the recommended daily intake, like I said, will be calculated, and then it will actually give you the necessary figures in the application. And it will help you to actually track it. So for instance, you will be able to see my current weight is this, I'm starting at that weight, my goal weight is that, and this is how much I still have to go. So it will, on a day-to-day basis, and you can clock in your weight on this screen at any given time. You come here, you put the weight in, you just put plus, put the weight in, and if you go down, you scroll down there, you will be able to then see your weight as you've clocked it in. So you'll be able to stick to those SMART goals, so that you can measure your weight consistently and actually know where you're at, know how much you've got to go, that sort of thing, which is very, very handy to have. And you've got it in your pocket. You can also write reports or pull up reports and then actually send you the reports. It will actually show you how your week is running. It will show you where you're taking in once you start using your food diary, which actually the food diary looks like this. There you actually just put in plus, you put in breakfast, and you start typing in. It will give you the options of brown bread, white bread, what are you putting in. You can put in your snacks, and it will actually give you a live counter on how much you're taking in, and how much you're supposed to take in, and give you all the necessary figures. You will figure this out literally in minutes as you start just working with it. It's also got a very nice handy feature. If you're going to have takeaways and you want to use your food diary, it will help you search. You can actually search restaurants, and it actually has most of the takeaway restaurants listed there. So you like your KFCs, your Steers, Burger Kings. If you start searching there, it actually has those restaurants in that. So that is sort of the food diary. So what I'm saying is, you must calculate your RDA, your recommended daily intake. Okay, so then you've got the system will actually work out for you. Then you can use your food diary. In other words, you can just type in what you're going to be eating per day, and you go to the food diary section of the app, and say you're having breakfast, you just type there on breakfast and you put in what you're eating. It's got very intuitive search features. So I've never for instance, if you type there and you there's a little camera, you scan the label, like with Kellogg's, for instance, All Brand and stuff like that. You can actually scan the labels. It will then put in all the figures for you. You don't have to read the labels. Even if you want to eat something somewhere and you're not sure if this is going to be very fattening, a lot of times you can actually just scan those labels on this app. So what app am I talking about? I'm talking about Fat Secret. Now, people have asked me what I've done, so all I'm giving here is information on what I've done. There's no quick way and there's no shortcuts here. It's not easy. It's not a easy road. I can tell you that. I mean, I've had some bad days and I've had some good days. If I'm talking about some quick tips, and we're gonna run through the stuff like categorically, but if I'm talking about some quick tips, I found that obviously going on the 27-day diet, and I will share that diet with you guys. I know there's a lot of variances out there, but the one I used made me sort of lose about, I would say roughly about 8 kgs a month, comfortably 2 kgs a week. But again, you must watch out for the scale. You need to weigh yourself under the quick tip section. You need to weigh yourself. You have to weigh yourself, but don't weigh yourself too much, because there's a lot of variances in the body. When you're building a bit of muscle mass, you might pick up weight, water retention. There's a lot of things that cause the scale to not always be that accurate. And what I found is if I measure myself or weigh myself once a week, or once every 2 weeks even, I don't know what the experts recommend, but this is just what works for me. I try and do it after a day where I might have fasted or not eaten a lot, so that I don't actually destroy myself by having a huge cheat day with my family and friends, braaiing and whatever, eating a lot of heavy meat and then weighing myself the next morning. Be very careful, because weight loss and maintaining weight loss, especially for a lot of us that have gone through a lot of trauma as far as weight is concerned, is very, very psychological. And you can break easily in your mind in terms of being disappointed, and I don't want you to get disappointed, because if you want to journey with me on this journey, I mean, I'm still traveling. I've still got quite a bit of weight to go, and this week I've lost nothing. So, and I'm not going on diet. I'm just eating right and exercising, but I mean, this week I've lost nothing, and I can't get despondent because of that. I know if I want to lose weight, I might have to go back on the 28-day diet again and kick off another few kgs, because the body will retain the fat. It really fights to keep that fat, and the older you get, the more difficult it is. When I was younger, it was easier, but now it is more difficult. But yes, in this video, we're starting, like I said, we're starting to look at sort of, okay, how are we going to do this? This morning we spoke about SMART goals. We spoke about sort of getting to that point where you work out where you're at and where you want to go to. The way I did it, like I said, was Fat Secret. And Fat Secret I use on a day-to-day basis. Just to calculate, like I say, that RDI, that recommended daily intake, mine's about 3,000 calories, so I know I'm supposed to eat this. I also use the food diary. I must say, not religiously, but I do use the food diary to calculate what am I actually eating. So saying, okay, I'm taking in 1,000 calories today, 1,500, I'm saving 1,000 calories. If I do it that way, I know that I'm going to be losing weight if I do some of the other stuff as well that we'll be talking about. So we were looking at finding the why in the first videos. Now we're looking at the how, and tomorrow I will share some more secrets. There's one more application I use. There's two I use on my phone. And then I also want to share the 28-day diet that I use, or used, and still will use, because I still have to go on it again. Don't know if you want to go with me. It's not that nice, but it's worth it. It's worth it, man. You feel better, and you feel healthier, and you just know that you're going to live a better quality life. It's important. It's not, I mean, we can't live life out of balance. You can't just focus on work, just focus on family, just focus on health, just focus on spirituality, just focus on education. You need to find the balance in your life. There's a ball of life. We did it years ago in a network marketing thing, and every area of your life is a segment, and any area of your life that goes out of sync will cause trouble in your life. So this is about getting that balance back. And we do a lot of Christian videos and a lot of work with drug addicts and people that are suffering from depression and all sorts of stuff in the ministry. But I thought, let's direct something practical as the church to help people that are maybe suffering, that are battling, because I know that battle, and a lot of times it's silent, because it's kind of like depression. People don't like to talk about their weight. It's something that you'd rather not see. You don't want to look in that mirror. You don't want to go and try on that dress or that shirt or that pants, because you're going to be disappointed and maybe feel very bad about yourself. It's going to hurt your self-esteem. So at the end of the day, this is a journey and this is an important part of your life. And I want to journey with you and help you if I can, with anything I can give you, free of charge. I've got no motive, and I'm not an expert, I'm not a biokineticist, I'm not a dietitian, but I'm somebody that's walked this road, and it's not an easy road to walk, but I can tell you it is a possible road to walk, and God will help you. If you pray and you ask Him to help you, He will help you, but you will have to take some practical steps yourself as well. It's not just up to God, it's up to us. So yes, we're running through a few things. Go back on my profile. I'm going to try and put this stuff on YouTube at some stage, but go back on my profile, look at the first 2 videos. This is the 3rd one, and tomorrow morning we'll be getting into some other stuff. I mean, you use the app, don't use the app. Go to a professional maybe if you've got enough money to pay. Go to somebody that can work out that RDA for you, can work out your BMI for you. There's a lot of people that can assist you, professionals, and if you've got the finances, do that. But if you don't have the finances and you want to do it the Richard Murphy way or the hacking way, I'll give you all the information within the next videos. I think there will probably be about 10 of these. I'm not sure how many. But yes, share them with your friends if you don't mind, and comment if you want to. You're welcome to also contact me on my profile. You can find my cell number to WhatsApp me, 083-275-6546. You can also send me email. I'll mail you information that I have, and let's just journey together and see if we can do Weight Loss 101. God bless you and have a wonderful day. Thanks for tuning in.